So you started training in the gym, you're starting to put in the work, you're starting to understand what it takes, but now you're asking yourself, how can I stay consistent in the gym? What's required of me to do that? What's up YouTube, it's your boy Felix, back with another video today. And I just really want to dive into that a little bit because yesterday I was at the gym, I was training, and I had a conversation with an older gentleman there. I'm gonna guess he's approaching 60 or in his early 60s, but every day I see him, or every time I'm in the gym, we usually train around the same time, I see him, and to me he's an inspiration because how he moves, how he walks, he almost looks like he's 45. Skin's glowing. It looks like he was a he was a dangerous man back in his 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s, and he still looks dangerous till this day. And I just have a lot of admiration for him because the amount of work that he puts in, it seems like he knows what he's doing. But anyway, I seen him and I was like, you know what, let me just ask him a couple questions, because usually I'll see him, I'll say what's up, and just have a little bit of small talk and keep it moving. But I had to ask him because a guy his age, or usually people don't expect older people to be in the gym, still training and putting in the work. But I had to ask him. So we were next to each other, and I just straight up asked him, like, what is it that keeps you consistent in the gym at your age? Literally those words. And I went on to say, it seems like you figured it out, because you're in here, you're still lifting weights as if you're in your 30s or 40s and pushing it. And all he said to me was that you got to keep showing up. You got to keep showing up when you don't feel like it, when you don't want to do it. It doesn't matter what the weather is like outside, you got to keep showing up. And then he said something else. He said, don't overdo things when you're in the gym. Keep your ego out of it. And then he said something to me. He said that it seems like I've already figured it out. Keeping my ego out the gym, not overdoing it, and just showing up. Because he's seen me the past couple years just coming in, doing what I gotta do, getting the work in, and getting out. Those three things, man. Not overdoing it, keeping your ego in check. Dang, I already forgot the third one. Not overdoing it, keeping your ego in check, and just consistently showing up to the gym. Those three things are what's needed to be consistent in the gym. Now, what he meant by not overdoing it was that you don't need to be doing all this fancy, smashy stuff that you see on the internet, man. Bring things back down to the basics. Bring things back down to the basics. Master those. Get good at them, because that's what's gonna bring you the most results. We spoke about that for a bit, because he as well, he's like, you can't really avoid social media, bro. Like, there's so much stuff out here. It's insane. Like, why don't we just keep things down to a simple level, teach others, and then have them build on it by us teaching them a bit more advanced stuff. And we spoke about that for a bit, because there's a lot of y'all that get really confused because you want to start in the gym, you want to start building muscle, but you don't know where to start because you're getting thrown all this fancy advanced stuff at you that you can't really comprehend and take in. A wonderful presentation for sure when they drop these videos, great presentation and everything, but you don't need it right now. And we spoke a bit about the ego as well, because this is something that I learned really early. Drop the ego. I remember the time or all the times where I really got taught a lesson in respecting the weights. Dog, I've had barbells fall on my back right behind the top of my head. Like, it could have gone bad. I've had dumbbells that have crushed my pinkies, both of them. I've done that like twice, all because of ego. And these are things that I learned really early, to really put that to the side. Have respect for the weights. Don't do more than you can handle, and listen to your body. Listen to your body, because there's a lot of people that will train let's say 6 times a week, personally, I think that's overkill. Now, if you're training 6 times a week and one day is like cardio or whatever, um, it's really laid back training, then cool. But if you're going in there hitting your muscles 6 days a week, man, that's pretty crazy. Honestly, I suggest like 4 times a week is perfect. 4 times a week where you really push yourself to the limit and you give your body rest, because rest, that's the second most important thing behind the training. Behind training, rest, that's the most important thing. If you don't let your body recover and rest and get your mind to recover for your next session, then you're just gonna go in there and just perform like shit. What's the point of that? It's all ego. And the more big-headed you get in the gym, bro, like, the worse it's gonna be for you, whether it's in regards to injuries or anything else, man. So really, really drop your ego when you're in the gym. Now, last thing, man, I can't even remember if I got all 3 things out, but this is what I like about these videos, bro. Like, you really see my thought process, and sometimes I'm on it and sometimes I'm not. I don't know, but like what I'm telling y'all, it's coming straight from here and straight from here, man. Like, I'm going off the dome. I ain't got no notes in front of me, nothing. So y'all know I'm really just talking to y'all and trying to give y'all the game, because I really want to help you guys get better and develop yourselves mentally, physically, man, spiritually. Y'all really need it. There's a lot of y'all struggling, and I figured out some of the answers quite early. Still young myself, still developing myself, but you know, I'm really trying to put y'all on game, help y'all out, man. But I think the last point I want to talk about was not overdoing things if I haven't gone through it. I figured it out. The last thing I wanted to talk about was showing up when you don't feel like it. That's a huge one, man. Showing up when you don't feel like it. There's a lot of y'all that, I don't know why. Y'all are, I'm a really stoic person. I tend to not get my emotions involved when it comes to certain things, because I know if I feel a certain way, there's always something I can do about it, especially if it's a negative feeling. Now, I'm not saying that I take my negative feelings and I just or what's the word I'm looking for? I don't take my negative feelings, put them in a box, or sweep them under the rug. But what I'll do is that I'll process it. So I'll feel it, but I know there's something I can do about it. I can turn that negative feeling into something positive. And just like you can turn a positive feeling into something negative. But just because you don't feel like doing something that needs to be done doesn't mean that you don't do it. You still gotta do it, bro. Because if you don't do it, you know what the consequences are. Do you really want to be seen as lazy or seen as a person that doesn't get things done? Do you want to be an unreliable person? If you can't even rely on yourself to do what's right and what's correct for you, how can others rely on you? So just because you feel like you don't want to do something doesn't mean that, oh, I'm gonna just push it to the side, leave it till tomorrow. Because if you start that habit, or if you just start doing that, it becomes a habit. And it becomes really easy to walk in that direction where you don't feel like doing stuff. And it's in regards to anything else. If you don't feel like, I don't know, brushing your teeth in the morning or washing your face twice a day, if you make that a habit, that's just who you become. And then you know the consequences of it. Smelly ass breath, start breaking out. Like, people don't want to be around that, you know? You want to be a guy who's on it and does things even though he feels like, I feel like shit today. If he feels like shit, it doesn't matter. You push on and you do it anyway. That was the last thing that we spoke about. Well, these 3 things that I named, man: overdoing things, keeping your ego in check, and doing things, or showing up to the gym when it comes to this, when you don't feel like it. Those 3 things, man, that's what's needed. Those are the secrets when it comes to staying consistent in the gym. If y'all like the video, man, comment, subscribe, drop a like. Share your opinions and thoughts, man. Don't be afraid to speak about things on here. It's a safe environment. If there's any haters or anything like that, yo, it's all good, no problem. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. See ya.